Caleb Wilson's out. Caleb Wilson's out for the year. How? How? In what situation are we letting this man dunk? He has not been fine. He's coming off of a wrist injury. He's come off of a hand injury. He fractured his hand a month ago. And we're letting him dunk in practice, and he breaks his thumb. He broke his thumb. He's out for the entire season now. I've not been home for a lot to be able to talk about my Tar Heels. I'm very proud of them throughout this year. Very much have been. We beat Duke in an incredible way. We went 18-0. I love it. But my gosh, deep tournament runs will not be happening without Caleb Wilson. If they do, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked because, well, he is the number one guy on our team for at least matchup issues' sake. Depending on the night, Vasar could be your number one guy. Seth Trimble dropped 30 on Louisville. But overall, we're talking about overall purposes. Caleb Wilson helped us completely beat Duke. I know Seth Trimble made an incredible shot. But when we're talking about when we started that game down 17-5, who got us back in position? Caleb Wilson. Powell helped us out with a big three, but we're not going to have that this weekend in Cameron Indoor Stadium. We're not going to have that. Granted, we are 5-1 without him, but are we serious? Are we serious? The entire year without Caleb Wilson. The entire year. No more. No more dunks, no more fadeaways, no more jump, none. His defense on Cam Boozer made a difference. His defense in general made a difference. His offense made the biggest difference. He's going to be missed on this team. I hope we get to see him on the bench, though. I know he's going to need surgery, but it's a broken thumb. I've fractured my wrist before. I fractured that. You can still show up. It's just not something you can really use on. Thumb, show up tomorrow still. Please. How do you break your thumb, though? How hard were you dunking it to break your thumb? How hard were you dunking to break your thumb? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm disappointed right now. Very, very disappointed. I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know. Because Vasar got to play phenomenal. Trimble's got to play great. Dixon's got to make all his threes. Powell's got to do his thing. We're going to Cameron Indoor Stadium against Duke, and we beat them early in the year, and Duke has not allowed over 65 points since we played them. And remember last year, we got brutally murdered by them. Granted, we had no front court back last year. This year we do. But our number one guy was Caleb Wilson. No, he's not available to come back. Stevenson, you got to play great. How you ended the game against Clemson is what we need. The only chance we have of winning is they play an okay game and we play our best game possible, which means Stevenson has to play at the level we had against Virginia. Trimble has to play at a level that he had against Louisville. Vasar's got to play at the level that he had around the midway point of this year. The second half against Duke, give y'all a scenario that's a little bit more familiar to most everyone. I could say the Syracuse game, he was good then. Dixon's got to play the same level he did against Kentucky to end off that game. So we got to play at very, very high levels continuously to have a shot at this game. Powell's got to make his threes, and Evans can't mess up. Because, damn it, I don't like you a lot. I don't. You're not a great point guard. We need someone better. Cadeau was on our team last year, and R.J. Davis was too. I had great point guard playing. Dixon's been pretty good for us this year. Not an ACC play when it comes to three-point shooting, but he made a big shot last game against, I want to say Syracuse. It's Clemson. So all is forgiven. We're looking at a 5 seed right now when it comes to the overall tournament, but guaranteed we are the 4 seed, so we get a double bye. Huge. Thank you, Miami. Huge win. So to have that as a possibility is great, or have that as the scenario that's given is great, because we have more time to figure it out. And we've already been figuring it out. We've had 6 games. If you're Hubert Davis, I guess the only way you can look at it and say is, look what we've been doing without him. Do it for him, pretty much. We've been doing this stuff without him. Let's do it for him. He'd want us to beat Duke again. I want us to beat Duke again. You want us to beat Duke again. It's pretty obvious on where I'm going with this. But remember, the only game we lost without him, I'm not going to count the Miami game. He got hurt in the last 2 minutes, pretty much. Or that's when he wasn't on the court. Is the NC State game, and we didn't have Vesar for that game either. If we didn't lose those crappy California road trip games that we had with Stanford and freaking Cal, we would have easily been a 4 seed, but pushing a 3 seed. We're looking at a 5 seed right now. If we beat Duke, different story. But as a 4 seed, we probably eventually have to play Duke if we win. They're good. They're playing as the number 1 team in the country. I hate it, but they are. But why can't we beat them for 1 game? I remember a couple years ago, whenever we went down and a group that was very, very inconsistent the entire year beat the 4th ranked Duke team with Paula Banchero and all of them. That happened not too long ago. Mike Krzyzewski's last game. Shout out to Caleb Love and Brady Manick to help out with that. Amando Baycott, Leaky Black. Shout out to them and RJ Davis and everyone else. But that was the big staple win for Hubert Davis. So I don't fully know what's going to happen this Saturday. I'm going to be rooting for us to the fullest extent. I'll be driving back down from Clarksville again on the same day of Duke, North Carolina. Back-to-back times of this happening. Anyways, or not Clarksville, Murfreesboro this time, so be closer. It's like an hour and a half away from me. So I will be very much watching this game, listening to this game. Stay off your phones while driving. But my dad's a Duke fan. Freaking despise that. But love him. Despise the fact that he's a Duke fan, though. Let's go Tar Heels. Why not? Why can't we do this? Let's go do this. But Stevens got to play the way he did against Virginia. Trim's got to play the way he did against Louisville. And Vaser's got to play the way he did in the mid part of the year, when he had Caleb Wilson on the other side, when he was working on the other. The second half of the Duke game, got to play that level. Dixon's got to play the way he did against the end of the game against Kentucky. And Powell, you got to make your shots. If we keep him under 75, we have a legitimate chance. If it goes above, God loves y'all. Then remember, we can do it. It's just going to be a lot more tougher. God loves y'all, and let's go Tar Heels.